The number of times I'm in an internet forum and I hear agents complaining about their clients and prospects literally blows my mind. Last time I checked, they pay us, don't they? At the end of the day, if you have a problem with the prospect and how they want to engage in doing business with you, that's not their problem. That's yours. That's what we're going to talk about today. Come on, let's go talk. Call me old-fashioned, call me old school. Don't call me late for dinner. Anyhow, listen. I grew up in the grocery business and in retail, and I think literally everybody should go through that exercise because it teaches you how to deal with the public at their absolute worst. If you don't think I believe in that, my oldest son actually went through the same process before I let him start with me here at the agency. I needed him to see how to handle people, period. I think that the internet has done a lot of really good stuff for insurance agents all over the country, but I also think it has created some problematic situations as well. In fact, one of my biggest pet peeves is the gripe fests that happen about prospects and clients in these agent forums. Here's a challenge to everybody out there. If you have a problem with the prospect and how they do business, before you go on the internet and start complaining and looking for sympathy from everybody else who doesn't have things figured out, why don't you stop and reflect inward and say, what could I have done to make this smoother? One of my favorites is when I hear somebody complain that I did all these quotes for a prospect and at the very end they told me, well, we'll let you know when we're ready, we're not moving for a while. And this is relative to homeowners insurance. What would have happened if you asked that prospect on the front end, when do you plan on relocating? Or when do you plan on closing on your new home? You'd have gotten the answer instead of waiting until the very end. You didn't ask one of the most important questions until you did all the work. That's one of the reasons why we at Killing Commercial, and especially here at Florida Risk Partners, we don't quote for practice. That's why. We get all the discovery out of the way, we lay out our value proposition, and we educate our clients and prospects so that they automatically come to the conclusion they want to do business with us. Let's just say that somebody wanted a quote because they wanted to see how much it was going to cost to relocate to a different part of the country in a couple of years. If you ask them when they plan on relocating, they're going to give you the answer. That gives you the opportunity to take the extra 2 seconds. It's not even 2 minutes at this point. The extra 2 seconds to educate them on all of the reasons why it doesn't make sense to provide a quote right now. It could be that the roof will be out of age or underwriting appetites change. And we all know here in Florida, the rates are through the roof already. Who knows what those rates are going to look like? Why commit to something that's not going to be relevant? The problem is your prospect doesn't know. Why don't they know? Because you never told them. And guess what? That's the only way we're ever going to change our industry. We have to look at our processes and make sure that we're asking the right questions early in the conversation. That's why they're called disqualifiers. You can't ask a disqualifier when you've already done all the work. You ask the disqualifier so you don't waste your time doing all the work. Get the process dialed in and then fill that in with a nice amount of education to explain exactly why. Another one that I've always seen people complain about is, I don't want to take the meeting, he's got 3 other agents he's working with. Or, she told me I could come in, but I'm only going to get 1 or 2 markets, and that's only if somebody else hasn't already reserved them. I will always take a first meeting. You know, my good friend Dan Smith put it out this week. I've seen it a million times on the internet, but Wayne Gretzky quote says, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And for all you haters out there, they're going to tell me Michael Jordan said that. Michael Jordan copied it from Wayne Gretzky. I know because Snopes told me. Anyhow, you do. Go to the first meeting every single time. It doesn't mean you have to stay there the whole time. Ask your disqualifying questions. If they don't answer them the right way, cut bait, kill the meeting, and move on. That prospect may actually come back to you down the road because they respect the fact you're so committed to your value proposition. There's only going to be so many times that agents can quote business and win. There's a floor to premium, and we all know that. We need to drive value and educate why. Total cost of risk and value is the way to go. And you can't do that unless you're at the meeting. So take those first meetings. People, get out of our own way here. Process and education's easy. Everybody can do it. You just have to decide you want to. When you do, you're gonna kill it, commercial insurance.